Alright, so recently I've been watching YouTube and I see these Pokemon challenge runs. And I think they're pretty interesting, so I thought, hey, why not give it a try for myself? So I try one or two or three, and guess what? It's not as easy as it looks. And yeah, so here we are. I thought maybe if I'm gonna put some time into this, I might as well record it and put it on YouTube. So yeah. Alright, now for the rules, of course, we're going to have the normal Nuzlocke rules. We're going to have only one Pokemon caught per route, and only the first encounter may be caught. And then, of course, if a Pokemon dies, it's gone for good. And I'll also be giving myself some rare candies, because I don't want to waste my time grinding for a million years. And if you think that rare candies is cheating, I say nuh-uh, because if I level up by rare candy, then that means that I don't get any EVs. I'm not gonna bother explaining what that is, because chances are if you clicked on this, you'll understand how Pokemon works. So moving on to starter selection, I choose Mudkip because Mudkip is pretty good. And I'll just take out the Zigzagoon really quickly. This guy takes me to his Goon Cave, gives me the Mudkip, pretty swag. Then go to the shop, buy some shit. I think I just spend all my money so I don't lose any of it. Well, not that it really matters. Alright. First May fight, pretty easy. Just spam tackle until you win. No big deal. Go all the way back to the Goon Cave, where this guy tries to recruit us for some research, but I don't stay around for any of his tomfoolery. And we go to Route 103, get our first encounter, and it's a Wingull. That's pretty rare. Not that rare, but still pretty nice to have. Get on the first ball, name it, go back to the shop, and here we see something interesting. I promise I try not to abuse this too much. I think it's a side effect of the cheat code that I used. But yeah, next encounter is a Lotad, also kind of rare. I think it's the same rate as the Wingull from that other route, so we catch it. Then we go to the normal gym, where our dad tells us to go hang out with this weird kid and teach him how to catch a Pokemon. And we see that we have a bad egg, and for whatever reason it's fainted and I can release it, so that's pretty interesting. And after that we just go to the rock gym, and surprise surprise, you can sweep through a rock gym with a water type Pokemon pretty easily. With at least 2 brain cells, you can sweep through pretty easily. And yeah, the Mudkip evolves. And then we go catch a fucking Whismur, and of course the Whismur's caught right outside the cave with all the Whismurs. So we just wasted an encounter, because I could have gone to the cave, got a Whismur, and used Dupe's Claws to get a better encounter on that last route. But now look at this, look at this. Oh, bruh, of course it's a terrible Pokemon that I got a shiny of. God damn it, bruh. Swear I didn't up the shiny rates. All I did was give myself, well, maybe that's one of the side effects of me using a poorly implemented cheat code. Maybe up the shiny rates or something. I guess we'll see as we keep going. But holy shit, man. Great, a shiny Whismur. Not only do I get a Whismur encounter on the route right before the guaranteed Whismur encounter, I then get a shiny Whismur. So, what's better than one Whismur? 2, I guess. So yeah, next May fight, pretty easy. Just spam through with Wingull. Not a big deal. Then we interrupt this guy's Wingull chasing session, or whatever the fuck he's doing in here. He fucking sails us all the way to the next town. We get the old rod from this guy. And we go fish up a Tentacruel. Also a pretty nice encounter. Despite having a pretty solidly water type team, it's nice to have, because there aren't really that many grass type encounters or grass type challenges or gym leaders or anything like that, so having a big water type team isn't that big of a deal. And for Brawly, we just sweep through with this Dustox, and I picked up a I don't know which one, Silcoon, Cascoon, in the Petalburg Woods, by the way. So yeah, just confusion, confusion, confusion. And I don't think I need to heal, but whatever. Alright, then we go up to this bottom of this cave, find Steven, who's hanging out here for whatever reason. Give him a letter that could have been emailed to him. Then we go fish up a Magikarp. And this seems kind of bad, but when you feed this thing 13 fucking M&Ms, this thing evolves into something diabolical. And of course, if you clicked on this video, you know that Gyarados is busted. So we get a Gyarados, and we see that the Team Aqua is causing mischief at the museum, like a bunch of nerds. Yeah, but these fights are pretty easy. Narchi comes in, he's like blah blah blah, I wasn't really paying attention. And this May fight, pretty easy, just use the same lingo that you used to kill the other fight, and whatever. And then we see fucking Wally outside Watson's gym. He's like, I can beat the gym, I can blah 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 blah, whatever. And then I kill his Pokemon in one hit with my worst Pokemon. So yeah, his uncle takes him back. It's like, yeah, you can't do this shit. Scott tells me, nice job, man. And then, with a little bit of thought and the ground type moves, you can easily go through this electric type gym. Just mud shot all the way through. And we get kind of lucky here on this route. We got a Skarmory that I don't end up using. And here is the first death of the run to a double battle on this random route, which sucks, but it was Mariana, so whatever. Here comes the second death of the game. Hopefully this doesn't continue for too long. I did just lose 2 encounters on one route, but we did catch on the next route. We get a Swablu, which is kind of nice, and then in Meteor Falls, I get a Solrock. That's nice. And then I go interrupt Team Magma's and Team Aqua's twerk off over here. It's like blah 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 blah. I asked the scientist to explain what the hell was going on, but he's too flabbergasted and says that they're going to the top of this mountain. So, go up the mountain and make our way over to Maxie. And I am not afraid of this fight at all, because most of these Pokemon are garbage. Like, the only problem here is that I couldn't hit my surfs because of the fucking, what's it called? Sand attack. And yeah, Camerums goes down because water type. Quad effective. And welcome to the 4th gym. And no one, regardless of starter choice, should fail this gym because of the amount of water types that this game gives you. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, almost half my team knows a water type move. And easy. You have to be a 5-year-old to fail that fight. And you also have to be a 5-year-old to lose one of your better Pokemon to a poorly implemented cheat code. I don't know why that happened. I don't know what the game's criteria is for giving me a bad egg. It just sort of happens randomly, I think. But next route, go pick up a Baltoy in the random patch of desert that is here for whatever reason. And guess what? While preparing for the 5th gym, I accidentally overlevel one of my best Pokemon. So I go and pick Machop, who probably should have been on the team originally, because fighting type versus normal type. But another reason why I picked him is because he has guts, and that means when he's poisoned or whatever, he gets a 1.5 times boost to all of his moves. And factor in stab and everything, and that 50 power karate chop that you're using turns into 112.5 power. So easily shreds through all of these Pokemon, but of course, I let it die due to my own inattentiveness. So that's pretty cool, but it doesn't really matter. It did its job. You can't evolve into Machamp or anything. So I'll just finish off the slacking with Tentacruel and some potions. So we go to Mirage Tower and we make our way up. And we pick the Claw Fossil so we can have Anorith. So we go to New Mauville, get an Electrode or a Voltorb. I don't remember which one it is, but I would have preferred a Magnemite, honestly. And then we go fight Shelly in the Weather Institute. No big deal. Just spam through. And then as a reward for saving the scientists, I get a interesting looking Pokemon. And then May fights us. No big deal once again. Just sweep through. to react to what's happening. Yeah, I say react to what's happening, and then I let my tentacle die to an obviously super effective move. So, congratulations. And then we go fight Winona, and my plan here is to just use this Electrode to sweep through with Shockwave until Altaria comes out, and then switch because I know it's going to use Earthquake on me. But that goes fantastically when Altaria comes out literally 1 second later. So I just switch out to my Flying type so it can't get, Earthquaked. I just sweep through with Dragon Breath, or Dragon Rage I mean. And Tropius. Then, I don't know why I switched to Ladoon here, probably because I thought the Bug type move would have done something more, but whatever. After seeing that it doesn't really do that much damage, I just swap back to Electrode and just go back to plan A, Shockwave through everything. Easy win. Alright, now we go to Rustboro and we revive Anorith, because Anorith is Bug type and it has access to moves like Fury Cutter, which are going to be very good against Tate and Liza. And it takes neutral damage against Earthquake. But before we move on, we have another May fight to do, which is easy as usual. Just react to what's happening, and you won't lose anything, because this is a game for children. Alright, now we go to the mall. And please do not pay attention to the money. I promise I buy a reasonable amount of items. Do not, it just gives me random amounts of money. I don't know what the criteria is, again. But whatever, we go to Mount Pyre, we get this Duskull, and we go to the top, and we fight these grunts. For whatever reason, story bullshit. Don't care. We talk to Archie again, he's whatever. Alright, now we go to the Magma Hideout. Get a Geodude, catch it, and go fight Maxie. Once again, easy fight. Just go through. Doesn't matter. Heal when you need to. Oh, except for the fact that my Gyarados somehow gets outsped by this Camerupt. Like, how? This is a camel, and this is a flying fish dragon thing. It is what it is. But it really sucks losing Gyarados because he would have been super good. With immunity to Earthquake, it was really sucks losing it right before Tate and Liza, but whatever. And now we go to the Aqua Hideout. This fight doesn't go nearly as bad. Moving on. Oh, and look at that. I overlevel one of the key parts of my strategy for the Tate and Liza fight while leveling up. So, look at this. And I make a huge mistake by leading with my Voltorb because I completely forget that this Claydol has Earthquake, despite talking about it for the last 5 minutes. And miraculously it doesn't die. Switch into Crobat, which is another terrible idea because Psychic is super effective against poison. Whatever. And this fight just keeps on going from bad to worse, man. Just that just happened. So the first Psychic dropped my special defense, and then the second Psychic just finished off the Dusclops. So I decided to send him to Banette because that's like my last source of super effective damage besides Swampert. And I'm just hoping that this duo can take out the rest of this gym. So I just keep doing what I can. Just decide to take a risk by cursing the Solrock. Oh yeah, and if that Solar Beam was directed at my Swampert instead of my Banette, it would have been game over right then and there. And yeah, just look at this. Depositing one by one all of my fallen soldiers. And then I go catch some stuff to kind of rebound. I catch a Sharpedo, a Spheal, and a Wailmer on the water routes and a Shoal Cave. And this fight with Maxie and his goons goes pretty well. No big deal. Me and Steven fucked this shit up. This time making sure not to lose something to a camera up. And as a reward, once we leave the Space Center, another bad egg. And this time it was my Lanoon. Not a terrible loss, but it still sucks nonetheless. And now look at me struggle to figure a puzzle in a children's game for 4 real-life minutes with speed up. Alright, the Archie fight at the end of the tunnel, or at the bottom of the C4 cavern, doesn't go that badly. No losses to report there. And now the two idiots realize their mistake. Ooh, messing with things that we have no idea about has bad things happen, has consequences. Oh my goodness. Don't care. And now we go send Rayquaza to fucking fix things for us because whatever. Because what am I supposed to do? And then we go catch this fucking thing. I don't even know why. I can't use it because of the level cap, but I just wasn't thinking. And then we go fight Juan, who leads with Love Disc, by the way, in a region that's like 20% water type that has literally been criticized for having too much water. He leads with this thing. He's a water type gym leader. What the hell? Once his Kingdra comes out, I kind of realize that I'm a little bit ill-equipped when it comes to facing things with Ice Beam, because like half of my team is weak to it. So that's a miscalculation on my part. So I decide to sacrifice my Tropius in order to heal my Swampert, so I can reasonably safely go through this fight until we get frozen. So now everything else on my team that's weak to ice, except for Ludicolo, I forget that he's neutral to ice. He gets frozen too, no big deal. But yeah, just heal up everything else. This goes on for a little while. Until he starts struggling. But eventually he just struggles all the way down. Now that that's over, we still have one last thing to take care of, but one petal dance is enough. Then we go to the game corner and see that my cheat code once again has unprecedented consequences in the form of giving me negative money in my game case, but whatever. And now we fight Wally and his mediocre team. Like seriously, this guy has learned nothing from his last soul-crushing session. Like what is he thinking bringing a Delcatty to fucking Elite 4? The only thing on his team that's threatening is his Gardevoir, and I make the stupid mistake of protecting to see if it has like some silly Grass Knot shenanigans. I don't even know if Grass Knot's in this generation, but this allows it to start Calm Minding, which is pretty bad for me because not only does it have an attack set up, it's also starting to buff itself, but we eventually make it through. And this fight that completely jump scared me is just diabolical. It has Slacking with Skill Swap, and what that does is make Slacking into a genuinely scary Pokemon, even more so than it already is, because of its diabolical stats and the fact that it no longer has the ability that holds it back so much. And this fight is really a scrape to get through. Like, I really think that I could have lost the run here if I didn't play this right. I luckily paralyzed both of those Pokemon, or both of the opponent's Pokemon, and slowly start chipping them down, and look, another Slacking. Fucking fantastic. Yeah, and then they double team my Walrein, who just so happened to be my answer for Drake. So that's awesome. And then there's a Dusclops right after that, but it doesn't really matter. And now I need to come up with the replacement for Walrein as an answer to Drake. And I eventually settle upon Wailord, because it's like the only thing in this box that can use Ice Beam. And on to Sydney. He should be pretty easy because Dark types are physical attackers, and Dark type moves are special because of this physical special split. And all is well and good. Just go through, use items when you need to. Until this motherfucker comes in, and I'll just let the footage speak for itself. And finally, it's over. And then, guess what? This shit happens. Swords Dance into Strength kills my my answer for Drake. So that's awesome. We're already one Pokemon down, and it's only the second fight. This fight doesn't go nearly as bad, but they still like their silly confusion strats, which is, thank God, doesn't cause as much trouble as the Sydney ones did. Or as it did in Sydney's fight. That's over with, thank God. Heal up. And I start to realize that I'm running out of PP. What I don't realize is that I have a bunch of PP restoring items in my bag. So my strategy that I was going to use for Glacia was to Cosmic Power all the way up to Claydol, so that the Ice type moves into as much damage, and then go through with boosted Psychics. But of course it didn't work. So now I'm left with one option, and that's to sweep through with either Swampert or what's his face, Cast Form. But look at this. I'm not doing that much damage, unfortunately, and I'm ever so slowly losing PP on all of my moves. And I get frozen. That's sick. Jesus Christ, I sped up the footage so much. I'm sorry. But just know it's just me healing my Cast Form over and over again, trying to wait out its Ice Beam PP. And then I get paralyzed, that's cool. But then I eventually am able to take out the Walrein. And then I foolishly use my Swampert as a sacrifice to heal my Cast Form, because I'm not smart enough to look through my bag for the plethora of PP restoring items that I have. But now I'm left with 3 Pokemon and 2 fights left, and 2 of the harder fights in the game, I might add. So I'm looking through my bag for a strategy, because I know I'm not going to do this on strength alone. So I decide on Double Team, and it looks like Sydney was never really the bad guy. He was just trying to show me the way to beat the Elite Four. So I teach Double Team to Cast Form. And the plan is, for Wallace at least, to Double Team all the way up and spam with Thunderbolt, because he has a pretty monotype team. And the plan here is to pray to God that my Altaria doesn't go down, and get a nice Paralysis there, allowing us to heal up the Altaria and keep going. And I don't survive 2 attacks from the Salamence, so I just use my Vileplume as a sacrifice. And I get a fantastic paralysis. That was an absolute miracle. I think that if I did not get the paralysis, the chances of losing the run were pretty high. But now it's time for the last fight. I'm still oblivious as hell to the infinite amount of PP restoring items in my bag. So I go in with half-ass preparedness or some shit like that. So Double Team all the way up, hopefully, and not die in the process would be nice. then Ludicolo comes out and starts replicating my strategy with an added Leech Seed. So it's not working anymore, so that's awesome. And after a few rounds of heal stalling, I realized that this is not going to work. And I need to switch to Altaria. And thank God, after another round of heal stalling, thank God that Ludicolo eventually goes down. So then I see the Tentacruel come out, and I decide this is the time to double team back up. And then I find a Max Ether. Great. Now I have the Thunderbolts I need to continue going, and he somehow hits me with a Toxic or a Sludge Bomb or whatever the hell he hit me with. Whatever, antidote it. And he keeps using his full restores, so that's fantastic for me because he can't use them later. Then Wish Catch comes out, and this is the bane of my existence. Until I find out that I have few restoring items. So I just try to Weather Ball him down, but he full restores. And then I don't have enough Weather Balls to take him out fully, unfortunately. And he somehow lands a Hyper Beam on me. But I realize that I have a Ether, or Elixir, or whatever the fuck, and then I just Thunderbolt the Gyarados. Then I Thunderbolt the Milotic, heals my Castform, but it doesn't matter because I have Altaria, and boom, we're done. The run is over. I think this is the first Nuzlocke I've ever completed, legitimately. And now all that's left is to post my win on YouTube.com. This is the culmination of 58 in-game hours. Who would have thought that Castform would have been the go of this run, bruh? Not me. Alright. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you actually made it here, that probably implies one of two things. That your name is either Eric, Jesus, Austin, or Brandon. In which case, hi guys, thank you for watching. In the other case, is that you're just some guy who, or some person that enjoyed my video enough to watch it to the end. In either case, thank you. Because I put a lot of time into this. From recording, to editing, to making a script, which I didn't even use, to recording audio, which took me way longer than it should have, and just everything. Even making the thumbnail took me some time, but I'd really appreciate if you give me a like or a subscription, and I'd also like to ask you to tell me what you thought of the video. Because this is my first time doing something like this, like making a video this long, because before it was just me making YouTube shorts. So obviously there's going to be things that I can improve upon, and I'd like to hear your opinions. What do you think I did good, if anything? What do you think I did bad? Probably many things. But either way, that's all I have to say, and thank you for watching.